I guess I'm going first.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because it depends on when you're watching the show.
That's right, that's right.
So how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, I really am. I'm doing much better.
And,
I've got a good medical team, and they're taking care of me. That's
well,
all.
good, because we need you. We don't have a lot of shows left with all of us in it. So I understand you're going to take a little trip now.
I am.
Tell us where you're going.
I'm going to take a little trip. I'm going to England.
Okay.
And I shall be gone for a couple of weeks. It is my sister's 60th wedding anniversary. I can't even imagine 60 years of marriage. Doesn't
with one man.
With one man,
yes.
One man. Even if I add mine together, and it doesn't make 60.
Right.
But no, it's going to be a time when the family gets together, and that's always a wonderful time to go. And now that COVID is over, because I haven't been over since COVID started. The last time I was there was for a wedding. And
they're divorced now, right?
No, actually they're having a baby.
Oh.
There's a little one due, and there's some babies that have arrived while I've been away, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see them.
Oh, baby, yeah, they make life all good.
They do.
And you're taking your daughter, I understand.
I am taking my daughter, yes.
So
she has a cousin the same age that she hasn't seen since she was around, I guess, 20. That would have been for my dad's 80th birthday party. See, I go over for all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
I just like it when the family gets together.
Well, that's true.
And one of my little nephews said to me, I guess he was about 10 years old, and he tugged on my sleeve one day when I was leaving. He said, I like it when you come over. He said, everybody gets together and we're all happy.
Yeah.
And it was like, it just warmed my heart. It really did.
I think little ones like family. They get sick of their parents after a while. You know, we have this little one's almost 2, and he's just a delight. And I've talked about him 100 times. But when the family is all together, you know, he just is in his glory, because he has like 3 fathers and 6 mothers.
Oh,
and,
my goodness!
And
yes.
getting all the attention. All right. So what did we have in our hat today?
Well, we're talking spring. We're celebrating the beginning of spring.
You mean it's almost here, huh?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I hope the weather catches up with it.
Yes, it's coming in a little cool. I think it's going to be cool for the next couple of days. But by the time this gets on the TV, I'm hoping that the sun will be out and everything will be blooming.
And there'll be no
wonderful.
Snow on the ground.
And there'll be no snow.
Okay,
No.
I'm going to pull something
yes.
out of this hat. Okay.
Pull something out of the hat.
Oh, daylight savings time.
Daylight saving. Yes. What are your feelings about daylight
I
saving?
love it. I just love the long days. I think after the winter, I think we should have daylight saving all the time. I think the winter does nothing but bring you down, and it's dark, and it's dreary, and it's cold.
But it's going to be dark and dreary and cold anyway. It'll just be at a different time.
I know. So we'll have longer sunshine and longer light, and I think that gives you some kind of energy. I feel like I get energy from the light. Do you get energy
I
from
get energy from light. We all do when the sun comes out.
I do.
We all feel better. But I don't think that changing the clocks, it's a convenience thing. It doesn't change how many hours of daylight we have.
No.
It just changes when they are.
Except because the sun is in a different place. But
no, the sun doesn't go anywhere else. The sun is in the same place. We just say it's a different time. It doesn't really change anything.
But I like it because it's here. I mean, I can't dislike something that makes me happy.
Okay. So I'll go with that.
You go with that,
but
okay.
Yes, but if you get up a little earlier, you're still, if you get up as soon as it's light.
Oh, well, that's a problem. That's like getting up early, 7 o'clock in the morning, and people say, I got up, I saw the sunset, I said, sunrise, I said, I'll watch it set.
No, my cat doesn't understand daylight saving. He gets up when the sun comes up, and he thinks that everybody should be up when the sun comes up. So
of course.
If he gets me up at 5 o'clock in the morning when the winter, that's par for the course. But I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I don't mind the coziness of the winter evenings.
Oh.
I find that when it gets dark and I close the curtains, and there's a snugness, I don't know, just a cozy, homey feeling. When
That's because you just have to deal with the cat. We'll skip that one. Take a question.
Okay.
Let's see the next one.
Oh, baby animals.
Oh,
baby animals.
baby
Who
animals.
doesn't love baby animals? I don't, birds aren't animals, but I think they're the only not beautiful babies
Oh,
that I
right.
can think of. Because they're really,
Ugly,
before
yes.
they get their feathers.
And they're
Yes, they've always got their mouth open. But I can't think of an animal that isn't the cutest thing when it's little. There's just this thing about baby animals. They're adorable.
That's why everybody gets stuck with dogs, because they take puppies.
Yes, they see the puppy. Oh, it's so cute, it's so cute. Me with the kitten.
Yeah.
The poor thing was dying on my porch. I saved its life. Now it's a cat, and it wakes me up at 5:30 in the morning.
And it's not even that loving. I mean,
And it's not, well, I can't say that about Cinders. I don't know if I've ever talked about Cinders, but as I say, I found him dying on my porch, and I saved his life. He was feral and wouldn't let me near him, so I actually just had to push a little bit of water and food towards him, because he he just really did not want anybody near him. And I think he was hurt. He was so skinny that you could see the bones in his face.
That's skinny.
Yes, the skin was just lying on his skeleton. And he gradually got better because I kept feeding him. And one day he was curled up on one of the chairs. And it was like, yes, he's going to make it,
Yeah.
And I kept putting food out for him, and I made him a little house. I took, when you get something frozen in the mail, it comes in a styrofoam box.
Right.
And I turned it upside down, and I made a little hole in the side, and I left it on the porch for him because it was starting to get cold. It was October when I found him, so by November it was getting chilly. So I made this little house for him, and I put out a little box with a rug on it for him to sleep on, and I just was taking care of him. And I had sliding doors open to this porch. And one day I had opened the doors to feed him, and my neighbor popped out across the way. And she said, "Oh, Simone, I want to tell you something." And because I walked past the cat, and by the time I'd finished with Marge, I turned around and he was in the house. And that was it. He never left. He wouldn't let me anywhere near him. When I got closer, he would run away.
That's funny.
So I left the door open for a while, hoping that he would depart. But he had no interest. He would look at the door, and then he would look at me, and then he'd look at the door, and he'd look at me, and he just was not going anywhere. So, of course, at one point I had to close the door. And the next morning, I went out, and I got the litter box, and I got...
And you made him.
Yes.
You made him a pet.
And he became a pet. But he wouldn't... He's afraid of feet. And he's afraid of anybody else in the world. If the doorbell rings, he's gone. He is under a bed, he's in the closet. He's got so many hiding places that most of the day I don't even see him. He does love to sit up on my spare bed because the sun comes in there in the afternoon, and he just loves to bask in the sunshine. He loves it.
Does he chew mattresses and scratch?
He scratches the rug.
No, a mattress. Does he try to destroy?
No, does not try to destroy the mattress. But at night, he's a different animal. Once I'm in bed, when I'm sitting up in bed, he will come up on my lap, and I will pet him for a while, and he'll lie there, and he will go to sleep on my legs, and he's adorable. And when I go to sleep, he will come up, and he will actually snuggle right next to me, and we will fall asleep together.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're strange. Cats are very strange.
And I think he's just got this phobia now that he doesn't want to be, I don't know what's going to happen when I go. Because
who's going to watch him? When
I'm gone, I have a neighbor who will come in, and she will feed him and whatever. She probably will never see him.
No, he'll never.
But she'll feed him and, change his water.
Okay, let's see what else is going on. Is there anything funny here? I'm looking for amusement.
Amusement.
Oh, primroses.
Primroses.
That's your forte.
Is
I mean, you're the flower lady, and
I am the flower lady.
and make all these beautiful
And in
things.
fact, primroses are the reason I'm the flower lady.
Well, tell us about it. I really don't know much about these flowers. What,
Primroses grow wild in England.
okay.
They grow in the hedgerows, masses of them.
And the where?
Hedgerows.
Hedgerows?
I grew up in the countryside, an English countryside. I don't know, you know, if you've seen it in the movies, if you watch public television, and you've seen the English countryside, and we have hedges. We have, on either side of every lane, you have a hedge, and there are fields on the other side. Well, in these hedgerows, the primroses, probably right now, are blooming like crazy. And they are, if you're not familiar with the primrose, it's usually about 1.25 inches across, has 5 petals, yellow, very dainty, smells very sweet, adorable.
So they're yellow.
They are yellow. The original wild primrose is yellow. The ones you get in the stores these days they're actually primulas, because they've got several flowers on one head, and they're all different colors. So they're not the original primrose. But it was a custom. When I was little, my Auntie Doris, her birthday was the 10th of May. And it was customary in our family to go out and pick primroses and send them to Auntie Doris, who lived in London. We originally came from London. My family moved after the war. I was going to say our house was bombed, but we wanted to talk about fun things today.
No.
So Auntie Doris's birthday was this time we'd all go out and pick primroses, and one would wrap them up with cotton wool, wet cotton wool and plastic or whatever, and send them to London for Auntie Doris. And back in those days, we used to have 2 mail deliveries a day. They would actually get from Devon to London overnight, without any overnight charge. This was just put them in the mail. And as I say, it was tradition. Well, after I'd come to America and had my first home in New Jersey, because I started off in New York and was there for several years, but when I got to New Jersey, I had the first garden that I had had since I came to America. And in that garden, I had these enormous pansies. I had never seen pansies. Of course, everything is bigger in America.
Not everything.
So, and I would, if only I could send these to Auntie Doris. But of course, at that point, it took 3 days to get to England. Now it takes at least 5 or 6. But there was no way that I could wrap these pansies up and have them arriving looking anywhere decent. So I started to experiment with how to dry flowers in order to get them to my family in England. And that's how I became the flower lady.
See that?
Yes, one thing led to another.
And it had nothing to do with the cat.
Nothing to do with the cat, no.
Well, I think it's wonderful, and I think your work is beautiful. I don't know if you should have brought something to show.
I will bring something one day to show, because I actually just won a ribbon.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
You were at the Artist Guild.
The Artist Guild.
Yeah.
I made a little
really...
puppy dog sitting in a flower bed, and it's all flower petals.
Yeah.
And I got a ribbon. So
she really does do all this beautiful work. So if you want to, I'm going to say, call her up, and she's in the book. But she's going to London now, so wait till she comes back. And she has beautiful art made out of flowers. And I remember the first thing you gave me was this, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, with flowers. It was really beautiful.
Yes.
Yes, she's a special lady. She's not really so classy like she acts, but that's because she's English. So she sounds like she's a princess or a queen. I'm from the streets of the ghetto of in Ohio, in the Italian ghetto.
No,
so I say F words a lot, but not her. No, never, ever curses. It's just amazing.
I'm not going to say I never curse, but I save it for special occasions. I mean, if you use it every day, what's the point? What do you say when something, something really awful is going on?
I could say it, but not on air. They'll cut it right off. Okay, pick another one, kiddo.
Pick another one. Oh, mix them up. Mix them up.
Mix them up. Mix them up. Mix them up.
Oh, I got two. One at a time here. One at a time. Gardening. Oh, that's still me again.
That's you.
But then don't you have to clean up around your house? Don't you have things to do?
Well, I have a lot of things to do. I don't do them, but I have to say my husband used to do. He doesn't do a lot of this, any of this anymore, and he may start. I don't know. Maybe when it's warmer, he'll go out more. But we did have all kinds of gardens, and on the patio, in our little patio, he has all kinds of flowers, and we have roses in the front and some kind of rose bushes, I guess. I mean, he did all that. I didn't never do all that. I take care of houseplants.
Okay.
And
that's a talent in itself.
And they grow very nicely, and I talk to them. You have to talk to them. I'm convinced of that. I talk to them, and the cat doesn't go to them.
They enjoy music too.
Well, I do. I have after lunch and my stories. I have the music going while I'm making dinner or whatever, and so I have a lot of house plants, and I keep and then I have them in a greenery room. So now they're really blooming.
Oh,
nicely.
nice.
So I have a lot of those little things, but nothing like you have.
Yeah.
And most of the things he took care of, not me.
Yeah. No, I picked up all my pine cones yesterday, and because they were picking up today, so I could put a bin out full of pine cones and twigs and stuff that came down.
But you don't paint any of them or to make them?
Actually, I already have a big garbage bag full of pine cones in the garage. If I get the urge to turn them into something,
yes, I figured that you would.
There. But no, it's time for gardening, and I enjoy being in the garden. It's not as easy as it used to be. Getting down on your hands and knees and then getting back up again. Getting down is easy because gravity takes over. But it's, as everybody here knows, gets harder getting up.
Yeah, I can't even try to get down because they'll need the ambulance to come and get me back up again. Because I find I'm going to be 85 and I don't even believe I'm still living. So
no.
And walking is harder. And the doctor says, but you're healthy. So I said, so what good is it? I'm in pain all the time, All right, let's keep going here and get some interesting things. Let's see what we have. Oh, God, spring cleaning. Do you spring clean?
No, I don't spring clean.
And I don't spring clean.
I don't
either. Let's throw that away.
If something needs cleaning, I'll clean it.
That's it. I don't think you should just spring clean. In the winter, actually, I just kept throwing out things.
What's with that? You clean once in the spring and then you just let it go?
You're just done. You just get rid of all the junk. And I just got rid of all the junk.
That's getting rid of the junk?
That's getting rid of the junk.
Is that what spring cleaning's about?
I think that's when my mother used to have the windows washed and put new curtains up, and I don't know, I never pay, I'm not a cleaning person, I don't pay much attention. So let's go to the next one, because I don't think it's good. Oh, the dogwoods. The dogwoods.
Oh, the dogwoods. In this part, we are blessed. Yes. I want you to know that we are blessed here, because the dogwoods are magnificent. And they last for weeks. Some of the blossoms are up and, they're gone in 20 minutes, but the dogwoods, they just bloom for weeks, and they're just magnificent, the pink ones and the white ones, and they're just beautiful. I don't know that I've ever seen so many dogwoods in one place.
And forsythia is starting to come up.
Oh, the forsythia is already blooming, yes.
Yeah, my little forsythia bush
and
is coming
And a hint, forsythia is edible. Okay, if anybody wants to put it in their salad for fun.
So come for lunch, I'll give you a dish of forsythia. I mean, that's how I'll keep my diet going.
And a disclaimer here, just because something is edible doesn't mean it tastes good.
Oh, that doesn't. You've tasted it?
I haven't tasted it, but I'm just saying. Don't blame me if you.
And it's just not like a chocolate bar and a bag of chips.
No. Pansies, pansies are edible too, and they taste kind of. They're okay, but
because sometimes when you go to these fairs, they have like chocolate covered things, flowers and things that are edible.
Yeah, there's a lot of edible flowers, but you have to know the difference because there's a lot that can kill you. So,
well, I'm hoping that they don't start killing people off at the fairs, you know. But we took a ride to Columbus Flea Market this weekend. And the one thing about the Columbus Flea Market is they have this magnificent Amish restaurant and Amish store. And so I was into the Amish mode this whole weekend. And they make such wonderful food, and it was mobbed. I mean, you'd think people never ate in their life, and it was so delicious. The one thing that I had was the chicken pot pie soup. See, now I'm talking about food again, so I'm getting hungry, but I'm trying. I just can't lose any weight. But here we go. So that's it about us. You got one more there, kid. Go for it.
Oh, there's a couple. Okay, there's 3 more here. Pick one.
Oh, 3 more.
Pick one.
Oh my God, this show is never going to end. I don't know really what hot cross buns are. So now
hot cross buns.
I know. Is that with the stuff on it? It's like
well, they're little buns. Little buns.
Yeah.
You'll see them in the supermarket right now because they're related to Easter.
Oh, okay.
But they are the most delicious. They're one of my favorite things.
And do they have the little white frosting? Is that what that is?
In America, they put white frosting on it. In England, they don't. They put a little, like it's almost like a pastry cross on it, because it's all baked in together.
Oh, okay.
But what makes them special is they have candied peel in them. Yes, it's like orange peel that's been candied.
In the ones in ShopRite?
Yes.
Oh.
And in fact, if you're going to ShopRite, this won't help anybody else because they'll be gone when this airs. But if you go to ShopRite, get the ones in the clear packaging. They've got some in a box and some in a clear packaging, and the ones in the clear are wonderful.
But
it's the candied peel that. Hey, it's the peel that makes them appealing.
She knows so much. I mean, I don't know how you learned all these things. I'm going to be 85. I never heard of such a thing. Are you making this all up?
No, they are delicious. In England, we toast them, but of course, if they've got icing on them, you're not going to put them in the toaster.
No.
But they're delicious. Cut them in half, put a little butter on it if you want to, but they are delicious. Okay.
Michael's here listening to us to make sure we behave. Did you ever have a hot cross bun? No, he didn't either.
No. Well, they're in ShopRite right now. Give it a shot. They're delicious. Spring fever.
Yeah, I have that.
You do? Do you take anything for it?
Yeah, I do, actually. I can't pronounce it, but it's a very good tranquilizer.
No, spring fever. It's like, in Camelot, the lusty month of May. Everything is coming to life, and it's just a very positive thing. It's also, it's like when everything is green again, the air is better, so everybody feels better. The air's better because when you know that leaves give off oxygen, they take in carbon dioxide and they give off oxygen. So we all feel better in the spring because the air is better. And
well, I'll share one little thought with you before we close about spring. And Richard and I go to a Unitarian fellowship in Murray Hill, and their religion is earth, and it's spring now, and it's the beginning of everything. And there were so many beautiful things to listen to in reference to spring and the awakening, the opening, the beginning. And it really, if you think about it, it just makes you feel good just thinking about it. And they have the spring solstice and the summer one and the whole thing. But it's all about nature. It doesn't talk about sex, just nature. There's a difference between sex and nature. I mean, the birds do it, doesn't mean you have to do it. And so I think we should cut up, get everything done. We're done here?
We can clean up.
I think we've
I'm doing my spring cleaning.
Do your spring cleaning. I thank everyone for watching our show. I'm wishing you a wonderful vacation.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you and your daughter really enjoy. I couldn't do that. I could do it with one daughter, but not two, because that one we would probably kill each other. But please enjoy it. Come back so we can ask Maureen when we're going to do this show again. So everybody wish her bon voyage.
Bon voyage, yes, and I'll see you again soon.
Have a wonderful spring.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.